try again. Hi, welcome to another video. So today, as you can tell by the title and the thumbnail, this is my Spring TBR. So these are books that I think are perfect for springtime reads. So for me, spring reads are kind of things that are giving me that kind of fresh hope, rebirth, all of that kind of new life. But also I'm starting to lean more towards romance, more towards contemporary, slightly away from the heavier fantasy and crime books, which for me kind of encompass the kind of darker autumn winter nights. So I have got here a fairly large stack of 10 books, I can count, of 10 books that I think are perfect for springtime. So let's get into it. First of all, I have got The Vintage Shop of Second Chances by Libby Page. This is a really, really gorgeous book. It follows 3 different women whose names I will need to check here. So we have got Lou, who is starting a new life. She is setting up a vintage secondhand shop. Donna is in New York and has found something out about her family that kind of basically has thrown her whole family into question, like her whole upbringing, her whole being is thrown out of whack. And the only thing she knows about it is the picture of a yellow dress from the vintage shop, from Lou's shop. And Maggie, who is a 70-year-old divorcee, and the vintage shop in town kind of sparks her delight and gives her that kind of new lease of life. So I love the fact that we've got these 3 characters all kind of centered on this shop. I love the fact that we're discussing vintage clothes and just secondhand life. And I just think it's a gorgeous book for springtime. Next, I have got Finley Donovan, It's Killing It. So for me, this and the next book are kind of the sort of coming out of the autumn winter crime, where I feel like crime fiction, thrillers, anything like that has got that kind of dark undertone that for me I associate with autumn and winter. But I like crime books, I like thriller books, so I like them to kind of carry on through the year. And Finley Donovan for me is one that I think is going to be great coming into springtime. It's about Finley, who is an aspiring author. She's talking to her agent about her new book, which is centered on a hit woman. Someone at the next table over in the cafe hears her and thinks that Finley is in fact a hit woman herself, out for hire, and hires her to kill someone. I just think the quirkiness, the humour in this is going to be brilliant. It's still going to have that element of kind of crime and criminality, which I'm excited by. But yeah, I think this is going to be a fantastic read that I'm very excited to get to this spring. And like I said, this book is also another crime that I think kind of fits into that kind of spring summer, which is The Catch by T.M. Logan. So this one is kind of following, I think it's a multi-perspective. So Ed finally meets his daughter's boyfriend. Boyfriend seems to be really, really lovely, and he is a complete catch. But Ed, the father, thinks that the boyfriend is lying to them. He thinks that he is a con man. He thinks his daughter is in danger. So I think it's going to be a really interesting kind of domestic thriller around who you can believe, what kind of stories we tell about each other. And yeah, I'm excited, and I think this suits kind of springtime just because it's not that kind of dark murdery whodunit. And even just the cover here with that pond and the blues and the greens just makes me think of springtime. Gorgeous. Next one I have on my pile here is Beth O'Leary, The Noshow. So I know this came out a while ago, and no, I still haven't read it. I think this one is that kind of, again, great sort of springtime read. Any kind of contemporary romance for me, it fits into a kind of springtime read book. So with this one, we have got I think it's a couple women that we're following. Yeah, 2 women that we're following who are going on a date with, as it happens, the same man, and he stands them both up. And I just think this is fantastic. I'm really excited by the premise. I love Beth O'Leary. I love her other books. So I'm very excited to read The Noshow. I think So I think the Noshow is going to have that really great mix of humour, of emotion, and I am very excited to read it. I've now got a cat on my lap. And a tail in my face. So the next book that is on my list is All the Lonely People by Mike Gale. This book I just think sounds gorgeous. So it follows a widower called Hubert Bird, who is I'd say in a similar sort of vein to a man called Uwe. He is a lonely old man, kind of grumpy. He doesn't want to make friends with people. He's just a bit of a grumpy old man. However, his neighbours kind of all reach out to him and basically help to kind of build his life up. And I just think it sounds absolutely gorgeous. Bella clearly likes this one as well. And yeah, I think it's that kind of great springtime rejuvenation, starting new things, trying new things book. Excited by it. Next, I have got The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. So the reason this one is a kind of springtime read for me is I feel like we've got our two main characters who both kind of need to almost get over themselves. That sounds really bad. But to kind of actually become happy and become who they want to be, they have a lot of development that they need to go on. And I think this is going to be a great read. Everybody loves this book as well. I've read Loath to Love You, so the three novellas by Ali Hazelwood, but this will be my first full-length Ali Hazelwood novel. Bella also approves of this one. And I think it's going to be a nice kind of slightly fluffy springtime. This is Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. Again, a romance that's sort of two people getting to know themselves as well as getting to know each other. And I think this one again has got that kind of fluffy element that I like in springtime, rather than a kind of a dark romance. And I'm excited to get to this one. So this follows the son of the president and the Prince of Wales, and they fall in love. So it's a queer story spanning oceans, politics. I think it's also a bit of an enemies to lovers as well, and I'm excited to get to it. I know this book has been out for many years and I am very much behind the times, but hey, that's just me. So next I have got The Idea of You by Robin Lee. So this one could be more of a kind of summer read. And again, the sunglasses do kind of make me think of summer road trips. But I'm kind of putting it here in springtime because I just think it's a really cute book that I'm excited to read. So it follows a 39-year-old mother who is also divorced, but it's a long time since she's felt like herself. So she is starting, so she begins a secret love affair with a world famous sex symbol. Good for you, love. And it's that kind of again, yeah, sort of finding yourself and getting back to yourself, which I feel is that kind of springtime vibe. So I'm excited for this one. That wasn't done. Next, I've got Dolly Alderton's Ghosts. So this one is again a 30-something-year-old woman, and I think this one sort of follows like being in your 30s and being single. So so she starts in a new relationship, but again of like being reminded of time is passing, opportunities are dwindling, why aren't you married, why don't you have children, all of that kind of stuff. This is one that I think I'm going to really relate to and I'm going to really enjoy, and I just think it's that kind of perfect springtime read of let's accept who we are. And the final book on my list of springtime reads is The 100 Years of Lenny and Margot by Marianne Cronin. This book I am sure is going to make me cry. So it follows Lenny and Margot, who are both in hospital. They both live on the terminal ward. Lenny is 17 and Margot is 83. And so together they are 100. And it's their journey through art and realising basically how short life is, whether and how much you can get out of life, whether you are 17 or 83. This one I am convinced will make me sob, make me cry ugly tears basically, but I am so excited to get to it. It just looks so gorgeous. So that is my 10 springtime books that I am excited to read over the next few months. Whether or not I will get to them is a whole different story, but these are books that I think kind of encompass the mood of springtime reads, and I'm excited about them all. Let me know what you plan on reading in springtime. Does your reading change with the seasons, or do you just read the same throughout the year? If you've got this far and you'd just like to leave me an emoji, leave me a flower for springtime. If you liked this video, please leave me a like, subscribe if you would like to, and you've got all of my details down in the description if you'd like to follow me anywhere else, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!